Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have a 2025 Nissan Altima. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, some of the trim level specifics, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the Nissan Altima, and again, this is the 2025 SR. Now, this is a new color for 25. This is the tactical green metallic. It looks so cool, and this SR gets the special wheel treatment as well. So it gets the 19-inch bronze wheels. I am a huge fan of this. It looks so good from the exterior. Now, there is a different wheel option on some of the other SRs, but with the tactical green, you get the bronze, and it just works really well with some of the black accents on the vehicle. So we'll touch on that a little bit more later. But for now, got my phone with me as we always do, and I've got it down here on the wireless charger because I've got wireless Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So this particular SR also gets the premium package, so there's a few other things added in as well. But for now, let's put it in drive, go for a spin around. So for 2025, there wasn't a lot of huge changes to the Altima. That came a year or two ago, but for the most part, the tactical green metallic really caught my eye. I think it's such a sharp looking vehicle. They've done such a good job, especially on the SR version. It definitely is a little bit sportier looking and just works very well. Now, let's talk about the engine. So this particular one gets a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, and that's gonna give you about 180 some horsepower. And this also has a CVT transmission, so it's pretty smooth out on the road. Now, what's great about the Nissan Altima is all the equipment and technology you're getting for the money. So this one gets the 12.3-inch display. So that was new last year. It looks so good in here, and it is a lightning fast and very responsive system. Nissan is doing some of the best infotainments right now. I think it works so well. And again, I've got wireless Apple CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto in here. And when you pair it up, it just works very easily, and it's just convenient to have. Text messaging, Google Maps, Spotify, and the backup camera in here is really easy to use. Plus, then you also add parking sensors out back, so it does make parking a breeze. Besides the really cool exterior paint color, this one also gets the LED signature headlights, so it does give it that really good look as well up front with that V-motion grille and a lot of the black accent trims. Like I said, the mirror caps are going to be blacked out, some of the window trim is going to be blacked out, and then as well out back where the bumper and dual exhaust exits, it does look a little bit different as well on this trim level. So what else is great about the Nissan? The seats. Always some of my favorite seats Nissan delivers. They have their zero gravity seats, which are so comfortable in here. This one is also heated for the driver and the passenger. It's only about 12 degrees today, so it is freezing cold, and having the heated seats, you get the 2-level, so it just makes such a big difference, especially when this one does come with the remote start, so you can fire it up, click those seats on, and you're gonna be nice and toasty. Now, this one also will get the leather wrap steering wheel, and it's got the orange stitching that runs around the cabin. That goes on the wheel, the shift boot here, and then it also does run onto the seat and onto the center console and armrest here. It works very nicely, especially with the tactical green. It just all kind of flows together. So inside you also get a dual zone climate control for the driver and the passenger, which makes it really convenient, and a couple of USB or USB-C plugs down there right next to the wireless charging. Now in the back, you're also going to get charging for the rear passengers, and those seats are very comfortable as well. You get plenty of headroom when sat behind me. I'm 6'1", so where I'm driving comfortably, I still had plenty of space back there. Now the trunk is huge. I almost laughed when I popped it open. You could easily put 2 or 4 sets of golf clubs back there. There's a little handle you can pull and also fold down if you did need a little bit of extra space, but I don't think you would. You could put, 1 or 2 trips to Costco in there, it seems like, because there is so much room. I was very surprised at just how convenient that was. Now, what about the ride and drive? It's very comfortable and very quiet. So this vehicle, the CVT does work really well in here. You just put your foot down, you're off and running. You can use all of that 180 horsepower. And it's kind of like road construction season here in Minnesota, so the roads are a little, not in the best condition, so those road choices and potholes and things like that, you still get enough sidewall on these 19-inch tires that it's comfortable and smooth. And you can just put your foot down and go. It merges into traffic very easily. And from a stoplight here, It's plenty. I would rather take the great fuel economy with the Nissan Altima than maybe having a turbocharged engine. But that being said, I'm looking at low 30s for fuel economy, and this is all-wheel drive. A lot of people don't know that the Nissan Altima does come with an all-wheel drive platform, and it's going to make it great. Like I said, it's about 18 degrees and snow is only a few days away, so having a sedan that's comfortable, it's still easy to park, and gives you all-wheel drive makes it a really great winter vehicle. Especially if you put a set of snow tires on these are pretty awesome in the snow. Now, other than that, the steering is pretty light and easy. I was expecting it to be a little bit heavier for some reason, because some of the Nissan, the Frontier, usually has a little bit of a heavier steer, but it's not bad. I mean, you could easily get in this car just because how comfortable the seats are and go on a 5 or 6 hour road trip and not even bat your eyes at it. I mean, and that's what's really great about converting that into daily driving. Whether you're commuting to work, picking up the kids, running to the gym or grocery store or anything you're doing, the Nissan Altima is just comfortable and it gives you lots of space and technology. I mean, there's a reason you see so many Nissan Altimas on the road, because they're reliable, they're comfortable, they kind of give you more space than you'd expect inside, and there's a lot of technology, especially with the new 12.3-inch display in here. I think that is a pretty big upgrade. Now, there also is a smaller infotainment screen depending on which trim level you're looking at, but you also get a digital gauge cluster on here. So you can go through, kind of keep track of your pertinent information, your fuel economy, it'll show you your tire pressure or your music in there, and then some of your safety features. So this is going to have forward collision warning, blind spot monitoring, and you can also just click the OK button when you're on that screen, and that's where you could go to turn that stuff off. If you don't like the emergency braking or you don't want some of that stuff on, you can just go in there, click it off, easy as that. So I think, like I said, I mean, if you want a daily driver, something that looks cool, especially in the tactical green with the bronze, I mean, it's got wireless Apple CarPlay, it's got heated seats in here, remote start, plenty of room, and the price point, depending on which trim level you're looking at, this one MSRP is going to be right around the $36,000 price range. So it starts kind of around that 20s to 30s, depending on how much equipment you want, but these always have been, like I said, reliable, comfortable, easy to drive and live with day to day. So I think if you're in the market for whether it's even a crossover SUV, or maybe you're looking at the Camry or the Accord, I think you gotta get out, take one of these Nissan Altimas for a spin and see what you think. Now, that was just a quick look and drive at the 2025 Nissan Altima. Now, if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by any one of our Nissan locations. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.